FEK was made by Frosthaven. Okay. Soraka is might be the first pick here. Bitcoin malware. Alright, so Soraka is the first
my
pick.
God.
That is pretty disgusting. Fun facts, the Grievous Wound does not stop Soraka healing. Just an FYI.
Yeah, which is really stupid.
Looks like Sona's being hovered right now. Sona is pretty decent against Soraka, I'd say. Both have sustained, but Sona has just a little more damage.
Wait, what about me?
Tell Ez to shit.
Tell us to shut the fuck up.
I agree.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Alright, so we got a Jinx Sona lane. That's actually pretty decent.
Oh god, no, Tundra, please don't look at my porn history. There's nothing to find there. It's not suspicious in the slightest. I'm telling you not to look there because there's nothing for you to find, so I wouldn't want you to waste your
Alright, so Sona
precious
Jinx,
time.
very strong poke lane, a lot of damage. Rocket with the Q damage is going to do decent damage. But we got a Graves. Uh-oh, we got a Graves finally rearing its ugly head. Graves has been one of the most powerful characters in this patch so far, with a 450 base damage Q at level 9. On top of just general high damage and pretty good scaling. Trundle is another thing they're hovering right now. I don't really think Trundle's a very good champion in this meta, mainly due to the fact there's no really any characters to ult. But Pillar should be very useful with Graves.
Oh, and Malphite.
Alright, switching to Malphite, that's a little bit better. That's more of a better situation.
Interesting that Graves got through and finally got picked. Let's see how he works.
I'm expecting a very, very powerful showing here. Malphite should be able to get an easy initiation off on both Sona and Jinx if they decide to stack together.
Blue team's team is just off pick power alone is incredibly scary. Graves and Soraka regard as two as the strongest champions in that game right now.
I don't think Soraka can share the strongest champion in the game.
I would put her up there personally, but it's up to discrepancy.
Shaco, oh, we got a clown fiesta going on here.
Well, if there was ever a time to say that. Oh well.
Never mind. Gnar being hovered. Gnar has shown in the I think 2 games ago that he was a very good pick. Able to get some very good ultimates off and get some pretty good picks with that powerful stun.
Of course, we know Boggy Bones is going to go with the Freelo and Nivea or Swain.
Is that so?
Clearly. If he doesn't, then maybe he just doesn't abuse those champions. Oh, there's the Anivia. He's hovering over the Anivia.
They're not sure what he looks like he's going to go with a Mumu. A Mumu didn't really show too much in the first game, or the first time it was played. But let's see if he can not pull a C9 and actually win with the Mumu.
I feel like the player in question who used a Mumu had missed too many of the skill shots to make the most use of them, and then made some questionable choices.
Zyra mid.
Ooh.
That's pretty nasty, not gonna lie. That's a lot of damage coming from the mid lane. Very high crowd control. It should also help deal with the engage potential of a Mumu by just rooting him.
Oh yeah, because Zyra is very known for zone control, and people who engage have to suffer for it a lot of the time if she's played properly.
Veigar's being hovered, but I don't think it's going to be the option here. They need a jungler, and it will be Mundo. Possibly Mundo jungle, could be Mundo top. Regardless of which, Mundo is a pretty good pick here. A lot of health regen. It's very hard to out-damage his health regen in the early game especially. Clown Fiesta, boys. Mundo only needs a dead man's plate and a visage, and he pretty much has all he needs to.
Yeah.
To run in.
Oh yeah.
I don't know where he'll be played, but most likely top.
We're not buffing Sona.
I agree, buff Sona.
No, we're not going back to season 2. We're not buffing Sona. Stop it.
Buff Sona 2015. Zyra jungle because she used plants. XD. Anivia is the option here.
Well, interesting.
So we have two control mages in the mid lane. So the question is, who's going to be the diving here? Who's going to do the diving here? Well, this is an interesting game. So based on the picks, both teams want to kind of engage. But both teams also don't want to engage into these teams. So.
Oh yeah, this will be one hell of a match. This will be fun.
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Graves is gonna probably auto win the game because it's Graves, but we'll see.
Looking at PFNA's history now, it's all Kindred.
Disgust me. You disgust me.
Oh my god.
Never talk to me again after this game.
No mention in Italy? What the hell, man?
You disgust me.
Buff AP Aatrox. Apparently AP Aatrox is playable now. Apparently, I guess Double Lift went against one, and he had no clue, like, how it happened, but I guess Aatrox went, like, Nashor's Ginsu's and violated him. Yeah.
Well, Red Team's advantage is that they have quite a bit more larger AoE, while Blue has Graves, well, Blue has just Zyra, really, to be completely honest, while Red has Amumu, Gnar, Anivia, Sona.
Watch, it'll be 50 more minutes of nothing happening. Oh my god. I don't think it's gonna happen with this. Oh, interesting choice. Solek's going Exhaust and Smite instead of Flash. Very interesting.
Well, Mundo doesn't really need Flash. This was evident during the Cinderhulk meta, when people wouldn't run Flash. There are certain characters that don't really need Flash to succeed in their endeavors because they generally just can just force their way through, i.e. Scion, who can just ult in. Mundo can just ult in as well. He doesn't really have to worry. I don't think they have enough damage early on to stop Mundo from doing that. Anivia can potentially stop him with Wall, but I don't know if that's not enough.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. So, based off team comps, which do you think is deadlier?
On team comps, Red. In individual picks, Blue.
That's where I was thinking, because the synergy of Anivia, Amumu, the whole Red team synergizes so well. They have a lot of synergy, but Blue team's individual picks are very scary. I mean, Malphite is just a very scary pick right now, although Malphite isn't the strongest versus that team. I mean, he's not bad either, but
he has guaranteed initiation on the Jinx and Sona. They have no way to stop that.
That is definitely true.
Bugs his ultimate out or something, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Zyra can counter a lot of hard engage, which they do have to rely on.
Yep.
Graves is the best character right now in terms of damage output.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Soraka is great sustain, and then Mundo he's decent damage. He's very hard to kill, especially with this team. They don't really have any high burst damage until later on in the game when Anivia gets more AP items.
Wonder if Anivia will get Leandries. Wonder if Amumu will get one. Have to see if they do stuff like that.
It's actually a possibility against this team, as they're all really going to build at least some form of health. Each of the characters, except maybe like Graves. So
yeah, I feel like if they get Leanders, that might be a good idea. I feel like Amumu and Anivia, at least one of them, should definitely get it. Help them just bust through the tanks, because Malphite and they need the magic pen, and they need the percent HP damage against like Malphite and Mundo.
I feel like Graves Soraka is going to win the early lane, as the Sane from Soraka should outweigh the burst poke from Jinx Sona. I also feel like Mundo will probably have a better early game impact, as while Mundo has an actual hard CC, he's a bit of a slower clear compared to Mundo, at least early on.
Mundo has one of the fastest clears though, like he's an insanely fast jungle clear.
It is risky.
Oh, it's very risky, but he doesn't have to fear counter jungling any sort, so.
Unless the Mundo wants to counter jungle, he might actually try. You never know. It could work. He has percent base damage. If Mundo's low enough, you never know. It's not likely, but it could happen. Look at all of those assassin picks.
Yeah.
80 carries are assassins now, just saying.
On Soviet Russia, 80 carry assassinates you. Something like that.
That was a stale meme. -1. -1.
You suck.
No, you suck. The red team, blue team's entire team fight relies on landing their AOE. They have to be able to get in, do their AOE, and then kill people with it. If they don't, they will be blown up by Zyra Graves, I feel.
Oh yeah. This will definitely be a very entertaining game, though. I want to see how this goes. This is going to be very entertaining to watch.
I expect a very boring 20 minutes, and then we have some team fights, and then
Well,
kind of like
okay. I want to see the team fights. Is what I mean. Yeah, the early game isn't going to be as interesting as like say if they had a Shako. A Shako would make the early game interesting. They don't have that type of stuff. But the actual team fights themselves, it's impossible to tell right now how this will actually go out. If I was to say, well, which team would win, I'd be like, well, I actually don't know. It'd be hard to say. I mean, seeing Anivia, Mumu, Jinx, Gnar, so on together is like instant death for most teams, but the other team actually has a way to handle that, which is really interesting. You don't see that out of many teams, and they have some really big powerhouse picks, and so seeing which one will come out on top, I think this is going to be a very good, exciting game to watch.
Well, let's see what happens. For now, though, we're about to get into the game here as soon as it says everyone's 100%, but we're not actually in game for some reason.
I am now.
I'm not.
Get on my level.
Unfortunate. There we go. What's your time at?
5, 6, 7.
Okay,
8.
alright, we're same. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, a call on Jinx. We haven't seen that yet. It's a very it's not as good as Doran's Blade in lane, but it does give a lot of gold over time. I believe you do get value out of it. Since you get, let's see, I think you get 580. It's 580 gold for the entire item after selling it, obviously. So you get a net gain of, I believe, it's 450. So you get 130 gold out of it, which isn't that bad. She shouldn't have to worry about. She doesn't really fight early games, so they're gonna try to get a damage onto the Mundo. They're not gonna kill him. They're gonna get him very low. They're actually gonna keep chasing him here. That was a cleaver out. Not really answered.
That was definitely a heavy poke on Mundo.
And it looks like they're just kind of controlling the jungle. The Q hits the wall immediately, is unable to do any damage to the Sona there. Unfortunate.
That was
but
definitely
Sona
some
got
early
a lot
game
of gold
damage
from that fight. She got all 3 procs for Spell Thief. That's 15 gold right there. And if she might get more if she had Bandit. I don't know if she had Bandit. But otherwise, we got pretty standard starts for the people. Cloth armor on Malphite. Interesting.
Very.
Not the. Did you set the thing up, by the way?
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Thank you.
Sigh.
I don't follow LCS stuff. Okay, so then we have top laner, then jungle, then mid, then AD carry, and supports the bottom bitches.
You keep saying that as if it's gonna be funny.
But
sigh. In any case, people are just gonna casually push their lanes, and not much gonna happen until 4 or 5, I'd say. Graves definitely has higher push potential due to the fact is all the auto attacks are AoE. See, Malphite did go E level 1, so not gonna do the W build path.
Anivia bursting Zyra down below half at level 2 instantly.
But here comes the gank, level 2 gank
Here
from
comes the
Mundo.
gank.
As the exhaust go down, Flash is used, and he's just gonna walk out of that.
That was definitely an interesting turn of events. Already level 2.
Anivia's damage is very high if she actually lands her abilities.
Yes.
That being said, I don't know how she hit her abilities against a Zyra this early on in the game, but hey, what do I know? Any case, they're just gonna go back to farming the farm game. Mundo just stole red buff from Amumu.
Well, Amundo is a very fast clear, and a lot of people understand him in the jungle, but while he is a bit of a risky clear, he is very, 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 very quick, and actually performs a similar role to Nidalee in that he provides poke, but he is in a more of a durable role, instead of Nidalee being a more of a glass cannon assassin role in the jungle, but he actually does something kind of similar.
Well, I don't know, I feel like Nidalee's a little too, is more of a, I mean, Mundo's more of just a sponge than a poker, but...
It's kind of, well, I mean, they're not exactly identical, but...
Yeah. Well, Mundo taking red buff is pretty important from Amumu. That's going to be quite a bit of experience gone. He didn't clear the entire thing, which isn't going to get the full experience, as they did split the experience up from the big camps to the small ones as well. The big guy to the small guys. But denying Amumu red is rather helpful. especially for gank potential. And he's gonna notice that his red's gone. He's gonna kind of cry over it.
Oh yeah, of course.
And Mundo's took his blue and is gonna take the scuttle now. I'm assuming he's gonna go back after this or try to get gank Gnar if anything. But Gnar's about to ward. And yep, Mundo's just gonna decide against it. Alright, well Gnar's gonna go back to base. He actually went the biscuits. Interesting. He also buys a pink ward. Alright. He's just gonna walk back to the lane. Malphite isn't gonna be able to push very fast. Early on anyways. And he's opting to max E this, unlike the other guy. Meanwhile, we have Sona Jinx just kinda farming. Not too much going on here. Ooh, that's some damage onto Jinx. That's quite a bit of damage right there. Hit both the Qs, but Sona does answer back for quite a bit more damage. And here comes a giant wave. If Jinx can get all this, that's a lot of extra gold that she's gonna get. Oh, she missed one. Unfortunate. And she misses two. GG, boys.
Well played.
In any case, Anivia did not hit her combo, but still in a rather comfortable position for what it's worth. Zyra opting to go max Q for more damage rather than E for the crowd control.
I'd imagine as mid lane Zyra, you really want to do that more. Versus, I think support Zyra would opt to go for E a little more.
Amumu is being invaded by Mundo right now. Mundo looking for an Amumu, forces him off Gromp, and no, he's just gonna leave.
I'd imagine Mundo doesn't want to stay too long. It can't get rather risky.
Fight going on top. Mundo, or not Mundo, Gnar versus Malphite. Looks like Gnar lost the fight, but he's going to Mega Form. He could try to do some more damage here. Here he goes. Gets a stun off. Last throws the Q, but
it looks like Anivia is going down.
Anivia does go down, yep, to the Mundo gank. And that's going to be a quick push in for Zyra. Zyra getting a kill is rather scary, actually. Her damage output is very high. She has very good scaling for a mid laner. She's just while she did fall out due to certain archetype characters such as Azir being in the game, for one, and on top of the fact, I don't think people just see her as a support character rather than as a mid laner. It's not as though she doesn't know he's a bad character, in my opinion.
Oh, I think she's very strong. She just takes her amount of finesse because she's very delicate, just like a flower. She's very delicate and very easy to kill. So,
never use that analogy again with me.
Hi.
Never use that. Malphite's doing very well against the Gnar. Gnar is unable to break through Malphite very easily, and the attack slow just makes a lot of Gnar's damage, and his range form just do nothing.
Yeah.
And because of how slow his melee form attacks are, it's just... He's going in for a kill. Mundo is here, though. But I don't think they're about to kill him. If he just ults him into the tower,
that is definitely an interesting choice.
Mundo, he nearly kills him, but Malphite does absorb the Q. Maybe he is coming up now, but I don't think she'll be able to do anything here.
I think that's just yeah, that's not going to go anywhere for Anivia.
Well, not like there's anything else for her to do at this time. The wave just is coming into her tower right now, so.
Touché.
Blue is up now. If Anivia gets blue, she will never have to worry about wave ever again. Jinx is almost close to finishing her call. It's over halfway done. Meanwhile, Malphite looks to be going to a Dead Man's or a Sunfire cape. Hopefully it's the former, but hey, what do I know? BF Sword on both AD carries, with the only difference being their Doran Blade and Cole. Both have boots, pink ward, and pot. Interesting.
Don't worry, they're changing up. Yeah, some things never change.
Looks like Mundo is has a Kindle Gem, opting to go for a early Visage possibly instead of a Cinderhulk, which is a perfectly fine option, to be fair. Gonna walk right past the pink ward. Oh, he notices it and he's gonna take it out now.
Yeah, I think an early Visage over Cinderhulk might actually be a very intuitive buy versus that team. Curious to see what Mundo's gonna do here.
I think we're about to find a fight going on. There's a really good cleaver lands. He's gonna go in. Zyra gets a Q off, and here they go. Mumu flashes. There's no wolves to grab onto.
Oh,
he goes down.
Down he goes. Ooh.
And yeah, look to try to do something, but it's a 2v1, and Mundo has his ultimate up. That's not gonna work out for her. So she's gonna walk right back in the lane, and they're gonna force Dragon now. Red team has no way to get to that. Sona is trying to go over there, but no, he's deciding against it. She's gonna take quite a bit of damage from the Graves. That is half her health gone in one ability. And that will be the Dragon going over to the blue team as Zyra heads back mid lane. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Gnar versus Malphite, once again, nobody really winning the fight, just kind of hitting each other with mops or something. I don't know. But Phage looks like we'll be rushing Cleaver this game, which makes very good sense against the Malphite. Meanwhile, Sona is getting absolutely demolished by the Graves. They are unable to break through Soraka's sustain here.
Here we see a Mumu topside.
I don't think he'll for a gank, actually. While he could try, I don't see him actually successfully getting ganked off. Gnar is actually going in here.
Gnar's going very aggressive.
But can he actually finish it off? No, the minion wave will stop him from going for the kill. Mumu will not be able to clear the ward out.
Bot lane is pushing out very aggressively because they know they can get away with it.
With Graves Rocket, they could very easily 2v3 this lane right now. There goes that Q, and Jinx takes quite a bit of damage from the return Q there. Jinx has almost finished her call. 21 minions left. Alright, looks like he will be going Sunfire Cape, unfortunately.
Rip. Oh, and here bot lane we see something going down.
We actually have a fight going on here. Soraka taking quite a bit of damage. They are killing Soraka.
Soraka goes down.
Here comes the heal and a Soraka ultimate. Sona thinks about something, nearly kills. The exhaust goes down. Here comes a Nivea. But can they actually go for this? She's going to try to die. No.
Jinx has no mana to ult. If she had the mana to ult, they would be down.
And that probably would be a kill. Looks like a Mumu is going to be hit by Zyro plants. There's Zyro just completely destroying a Mumu.
Absolutely annihilated.
And this is the power of Zyra, as she has also purchased a Dark Seal, which is going to add up quite a bit over the course of this game, as she's a very good position right now.
Oh yes.
Here we have Mundo. Looks like he wants to try to get a Nivea, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. There's the wall. Will that be enough? The slow exhaust is put down. Her teleport is coming in. It gets
looks
canceled.
like after he gets the teleport, looks like
he's
he's going back in.
But here we go again. Zyra catches her out, and she's in egg form. I don't think she's going. He ain't going anywhere.
Mundo, time and time again, along with Zyra, showing just how strong it is, how deadly it is. That if you get caught by their skill shot, you have a strong risk of going down.
See, this is where they have the advantage here, because they're not grouped up and aren't able to, and they don't have the ability to combo their ultimates right now. They're at the weakest point of their game right now, which is going to help them quite a bit. Help blue teams quite a bit here. With Zyra being so fed, it's going to be very hard for them to get back into this game.
Oh yes. Here we see Graves absolutely chunking Sona down.
We have a Rod of Ages being built onto a Nivea rather than Tyr. This is an interesting decision. I usually see people build both, actually, but
I am personally a fan of both, as I like to not be mana gated enough, so that way I can use my mana for however I please. But it is definitely fine to go one or the other, if not both. But of course, that was before this season. I actually haven't gotten to try it out with the new season. So
well, the new Rod of Ages did get quite a bit of a buff. I believe it got 20 more AP flat.
Here we see a lot going down on Graves. It looks like the Banish Toss missed.
That's not going to be enough, unfortunately, as they walk out very low, but not dead. Graves will be healed to about full with Soraka, I believe. 2 more should do it. Yep, he's going to be full after this. Graves does throw a Q up, but doesn't hit anybody. Sona looking to poke some people. Both S characters named with an S, both heal. I don't know what you're trying to expect from me here. So Nivea spamming a Mumu. Alright, Gnar is about to go into his Mega form, but He's just gonna go ahead and go back to base. But so far, Blue taking advantage of their very strong power here. Looks like it does not actually go through, as Medjay only has 5 stacks, unfortunately. Mumu is looking to go to the top lane. No, he's just gonna base there. No, wait. He is indeed looking to go into the top lane. Mumu...
I think that's a risk. I'm not
I
sure
don't
if
know
that's a
what
good
Mumu was
idea.
doing there. He kind of walked up, then walked back into the bush, then is like, oh hey, let me go gank, and then decides against it. I'm not sure what he was going for there. That was a little awkward. But, in any case, Soraka does try to take the ward out. Sona tries to stop them, but by herself, I don't think she's going to do much here. That hit hurt. Oh dear, we got I'm not sure what they're going to do here. Looks like Mundo is going to go ahead and take the Scuttle Crab. Zyra's coming down as well. They might try to go for a gank here. Yes, they are indeed going for a gank here, going from behind. They need to get back immediately. As soon as they see that. They used a pink ward for that. Yep, they need to just leave. They will get dove.
Oh, yes.
Yep, they're gonna go ahead and back up here. Anivia is gonna come down to try to help.
Question is how well things can be coordinated on both sides, but it looks like they're not going to be bagging on it. Looks like they're all going to be getting out of the area, so...
It does seem to have some... Oh, okay, so they're just gonna go for Dragon, which happened to also be spawning in this situation. So, hey, free Dragon isn't always that bad. Zyra clans are very good at tanking the Dragon, as they take 2 shots to die.
And it looks like that goes down quickly.
Cleaver is finished on Gnar. That's pretty important for him against this matchup.
Mundo finishes Visage.
Yeah, that is indeed the Visage rush that we were expecting here. Gnar is going to go in. He's going to try to find a kill here. He gets an ult off, stuns him. There's another stun, but I don't think he's done enough damage yet. That's not quite... He does not quite have enough burst to kill him.
That's not enough to kill Malphite. Amumu did go down while getting ganged up on in the mid lane.
I did not see that happen. I was busy watching the amazing top lane fight. Jinx is watching Infinity Edge. She has finished Cold, but she hasn't sold it yet. Is she going to sell it now? No, she's not going to sell it yet. Alright.
It looks like Zyra and Mundo are just completely perfectly synergizing, and it looks like Amumu and Anivia are at a little bit of a disarray. They don't fully know how to work with one another. It seems like one or the other gets caught, and the other one doesn't know how to work with the other and help.
Well, I mean, I don't think I've seen Anivia. Well, Anivia got her like once, but that was by herself. Graves has a Caulfield. Let's see what he's gonna buy, since he seems to have enough gold. Yep, that's an Essence Reaver and a Berserker Graves. Graves is in the position to build any of the crit items and proceed to just straight up rip everyone apart. Cinderhulk is finished onto Amumu. While he doesn't have any health to back it up, it does give him a little extra clear in the jungle. Gnar is getting to the mid lane. Looks like they're trying to push mid up a little bit. Soraka is waiting in the bush. Zyra's hiding behind the wall. Let's see if they find a fight here. There's the root. He hits Gnar. That Gnar taking a lot of damage. He's going down.
Gnar is dead.
And here comes Mundo's gonna try to ult in, but I don't think he'll be able to get to with Nivea.
Oh, it looks like the cleaver hit, but it's not going to be enough. The exhaust goes off.
Sona is by herself. Graves goes for some damage. This is alright.
It looks like they're not going to catch anyone. It looks like they're just able to zone them out, but it looks like they're not going to actually be able to stick to anyone, unfortunately. But they did get a kill on Gnar, which is at least something to take away. They are 6-0. Every kill, every bit more of gold that they get is going to be funneled into their team.
And Medjay is at 11 stacks right now. 4 more, and she gets a little extra movement speed as well, which is going to be very helpful for a character like Zyra, who wants to walk up and root the enemy. Mundo, Malphite are going to go ahead and go for the red buff here.
They're just trying to deny everything they possibly can from them. They're looking to cement their lead. They're looking to close this out. They're taking what they can from them.
Zyra lands the root on Gnar. Nivea goes for the flash stun. Does get flashed away, but Malphite is getting caught out here. He's going to ult.
Will he turn him? Will he turn on him?
Away from this. Gnar is getting very low. He needs to be very careful to not get blown up here. Beautiful Gnar ultimate pushes both of them in. Sona ult, Mundo ult goes down. Mundo is not taking that much damage, despite... He might be able to kill... No, he's not. That's a heal. But that was a very well executed combination. If they can keep pulling that off, that is exactly what they need to win this game.
I agree, and that can bring them back if they keep doing things like that.
In the meantime, Graves is pushing bot, and Graves is getting slowly getting stronger and stronger. Jinx ult does go out to wave clear, I guess. And here comes Anivia.
Anivia looking just to wave clear, of course, and then go to blue buff. Not really looking to fight the Graves.
Jinx has built a Zeal, and it looks to be building a Shiv, I believe.
I believe a Shiv would be the right call versus that team. I think getting the extra wave clear versus that team could be very beneficial. I mean, they do have Anivia, which is definitely true, but if they were to ever get... I don't know. I mean, Anivia could definitely help them, but I still feel like that could be good. Rapid Fire Cannon could be an interesting buy versus that team. Hurricane could be very, very strong on Jinx too, though, against that team, because they're both AoE oriented, and any extra AoE damage would be really strong. Hurricane might be one of the strongest buys. I don't think Phantom Mancer would be too important, because she's not going to be looking to be 1v1ing dueling people, and they don't really have people going to be diving so much. So I don't think Phantom Mancer is going to be as good.
With Cinderhold complete on Mundo, Mundo is in the position to where he needs only one more item just to become nearly unkillable until Anivia gets some more AP items. Or until Jinx gets a lot more damage. Looks like they're trying to find a fight here. Gnar just trying to do what he was doing last time, just running at people, taking advantage of his ridiculous tankiness and chase potential. Teleport is coming in from Malphite, but he's not going to get anything out of this. He does have Distortion, so that will keep his teleport and flash on a very, very low cooldown.
Which I think will be very, very beneficial for his team, since, for very obvious reasons, I don't think that actually has to be explained.
Now, the problem against this team is that trying to push into Anivia is very, very difficult. They have to
between Jinx and Anivia together, and that's the whole thing. Is that I don't think Jinx would even need a Shiv versus that with that team, just because Anivia kind of has that function built into her. I feel like if Jinx wants to itemize properly, she should go Hurricane next, maybe Rapid Fire Cannon, but I don't know.
Mundo looking to poke around, trying to find a weakness or a hole in the defense of Red Team, but I don't think they'll be able to find it right now. Really, they're just looking to just damage. Try to hopefully get some damage on the tower, but no, they're just gonna back up and prepare for Dragon, which is coming up in 5 seconds. They're actually trying to chase down Mundo here, but I don't think it's gonna do much here. Mundo will just constantly throw cleavers back. Silence does go out, but nothing's gonna happen here. Wall does go down, hopefully trying to catch somebody out there. Gnar is almost going into Mega Gnar form, and that might be quite the game changer.
It's worth noting all the different zoning tools that Blue Team has. Graves has a smoke screen to zone people out because of vision.
Oh, I think we have a fight going on here.
Oh,
Gnar's
we do.
Looking for engage. He's trying to force something with his Mega Gnar. He misses everybody with his ultimate. Malphite and Zyra get perfect ultimates on the back line. Jinx is nearly dying. Amumu gets a stun on Malphite. Anivia is going to go down. Graves is going to take out Gnar, and Mundo's going to try to chase down the Jinx. He gets the cleaver on him. I don't think he's going to get out of that. He's going to get exhaust. I don't know if you know if he needs the exhaust, but that cleaver will kill him. That should be a free dragon for Blue Team. He's going to try to dive this, actually. Amumu didn't ult in that team fight, apparently. And Zyra's going to try to find a pick on behind him. That's going to be a dead Amumu. That was basically an ace.
7-0 Zyra, this is done and over with. This is a stomp. As far as other things going on that may not be readily viewable.
The wolves just stopped Zyra from being.
The blue team has a lot of zoning potential because Zyra has her plants and ult to zone with, but also aside from that, Graves has a smoke screen, which is a good zoning tool, and Zyra has a zoning tool in her silence that you want to stay out of. So they have. Or not Zyra, Soraka. Sorry. So Soraka has her silence, Zyra has her plants, and Graves has a smoke screen, so all three of them have different tools that they can use to pinch people out of different spots, kind of like how we saw Caitlyn using her traps. So if they don't want someone to get somewhere, they definitely have the tools and capabilities to do so, which can make it harder for an AoE team to engage. Like if they want to stop a Mumu from engaging, they can have the means to make it a lot more painful for them to go in, if they were to set up their abilities properly.
Looks like Jinx is going to be going into a Hurricane after all. I think that's the item components anyways.
Yes, and I believe that is definitely the right call.
And looks like Zyra is almost fully stacked on the Medjais. That is a grand total. Currently, is 135 bonus ability power. That is a lot of ability power. She has that 523 ability power with 2 items completed. And they're going to force a Baron. This is very realistic with their composition right now.
And red team is in no position to contest it whatsoever.
Gnar seems to suspect that there's a ward out. Can they get here in time? Amumu is almost there. He may be able to get there in time to throw off a kill.
I think it's way too late.
He may be able to go for it. He does it! He gets it! He steals it!
Amumu stole a Baron!
Sora gets a beautiful 2-man ultimate. Zyra's forced back. Graves just blew up Zona, unfortunately. Malphite delves down to Anivia. Mumu is going to go down. Gnar was not able to go Mega this fight yet. And Anivia does manage to take out Soraka for her troubles, but they stole that Baron. That was a very early smite from the Mundo. This is good. That's quite important for the red team coming back into this game. If Gnar was able to go Mega that fight, that might have been very beneficial for them. They might have won that fight, but he was unable to do so.
Oh yes, and we see even with the Miss Smite, the blue they're still taking a tower. At least it appears. Yes, they're able to take a tower of it. Blue side team is very unlike a lot of the games where we've seen games dragging on and teams aren't able to fresh through their lead. They've been very strong about freshening their lead, taking all resources from their opponent, clearing out their jungle, forcing Baron even though they lost it, at least attempting to force it very hard, and coming close to take it. We see them not only snowballing certain lanes, but using them to force other lanes to snowball. We see blue side team definitely pushing their lead, pushing their advantage much harder than we have in the past. And if they continue to keep this up, there's no way red team can come back. So red team has to find a way to get back with the blue team knowing what they're doing, and I think it's going to be very difficult. But they do have potential. Their team comp is very scary, and that should not be counted out yet.
What needs to be kept in mind is that with Baron buff, they can now stop Zyra from seizing their base until it's down, obviously.
Oh yes.
Because it grants magic immunity, the minions, she doesn't do anything in pushes anymore. If they can actually find a push, that would be even better for them, as they have very good season tools with both Gnar poke, Sona poke, Jinx rockets, Anivia occasionally throwing a Q out. So they might be able to get something off of this.
The only person you can wait for
are still down 10 kills.
Oh yes, and that is really big.
Engaged on by Zyra, getting a very good root off. And look at that damage. Jinx gets instantly killed by 1 Q by Zyra. Malphite goes for an ultimate, takes out, hitting on both Gnar and Mumu. However, Malphite by himself. Anivia gets rooted under tower. She's gonna go down very fast. Mudo is soloing out Jinx, and there goes Anivia as well. Sona's about to go down next. Looks like we'll be able to get out. Mumu gets an ultimate off, but I don't think it's gonna help him. He might be able to no. There's nothing there.
Oh,
and that was a very horribly executed fight by red team there.
And as we can see, blue team has a 10,000 gold advantage.
So even with the Baron buff, they did not play that area out very well and got absolutely demolished by the blue team's just straight up pure gold difference still. On top of the fact that red team played that pretty poorly. Zyra is actually trying to... No, she's fine. Gnar just gets smacked by that plant. Jesus. Looks like Mumu's going for a Righteous Glory. That should help engage quite a bit. Won't have to force his Q to use to engage or flash. We still haven't seen a Mumu use his ultimate.
Mumu seems like he's been lost all game. It seems like he's been at a loss of what to do and where.
I mean, he did get the smite off.
So he did get the smite off. That was beautiful. That steal was definitely strong for his team. That is something he definitely contributed to.
However, he just hasn't been able to get an ultimate off in team fights. I'm not sure if he's unable to get a Q into them, or if they just are so spread out he doesn't know when to ultimate. But regardless, if he can get an ultimate off with the rest of the team, he will basically it could probably win a team fight, even win behind.
Oh yes.
Actually, but
well,
go ahead.
Well, it might have been true before, but I think with a 10,000 gold lead, even if they get a perfect combo off, that's not going to guarantee him a one fight anymore like it used to. It would have guaranteed a fight in the past, but I think with the gold lead that blue team has, it's actually getting closer and closer to the point of no return where they cannot come back.
Well, we'll have to see. They can probably burst down the squishies, it's just that Mundo and Malphite are very tanky right now.
They absolutely have to kill that Zyra, and Zyra definitely has the positioning, the self-peel, and the peel from her teammates.
On top of Soraka, just straight up healing any damage that is being dealt to the team. This dragon is a very interesting fight here. It looks like Blue will be able to secure it unless Amumu gets another god tier smite. Nope, not unfortunately no. But Malphite gets a beautiful 2-man ultimate. What a beautiful...
Hits Jinx with it.
He does hit Jinx. Amumu is running away. Sona gets blown away. Not in the best position there. Gnar is almost in mega form. They have to be careful about that. He's going in. He doesn't get anybody.
I don't think there's nothing.
He flushes in, gets a stun on the Soraka, but misses. Amumu barely gets the great ultimate, but he doesn't. The team just isn't able to survive. The freaking
the
Zyra out Graves there.
Zyra taking Jinx there was definitely funny.
Looks like we'll be able to clean out the rest of the team. Anivia is trying her best to stay alive, but the rest of the team is just gonna straight up murder them.
If Amumu would have gotten that ult off earlier, that would have been really strong. He got a really good ult off, but his team was too low. It was too impossible to come back from.
Zyra is just destroying this team completely. Nothing. They have very little means to deal with it. When was she not AIDS? +1.
Well, people complain about Azir, but anyone remember Release Zyra that had to be hotfixed?
How about Release LeBlanc, who instantly deleted you because of a bug?
Okay, I wasn't there at the time, at least.
Disgusting. Sunfire Cape is built onto Gnar. I don't know about that. That seems a little late if we're going to build Sunfire Cape in the first place. I just feel like people are building Sunfire Cape just to trigger me or something. Probably not, but...
It's Funfire Cape.
What a great item it is, isn't it? Bloodthirster is completed on Grey. That's going to give him a ton of extra damage.
Looks like Baron's going to be back up in 45 seconds. Wonder how the teams will prepare around this. I feel like Blue Team has a chance to win off of Baron buff spawning, not from the Baron buff itself, but from abusing any fight that may happen there if it's not given up to them. But if they get it, then they win anyhow. So I feel like it's going to be very interesting to see how Red Team handles this. But they know Baron buff's going to be up. They know Blue Team's going to be in the area. And if they give it up, they're likely to lose. If they don't give it up, then any fight can go heavily against them.
This is very unfortunate. Gnar has popped into Mega Form. It's going to take a while for them to get back into Mega Form for this Baron fight if they cannot stall out long enough. And Jinx is all in the bot lane. I'm assuming she's going to go buy some new item now. She does have a little bit of gold. Looks like they're just going to straight up force it. They don't even care. They do not care about anything. They're just going to straight up kill it. They have the team to do it. Mundo, Zyra, Graves, all going to do mass damage to it. Amumu is going to try to get another bait. They're going to go ahead and ult Amumu to stop him from even trying to smite steal it.
Interesting play by their Malphite.
They're still trying to force the engage here, but Anivia Walk perfectly walls them off from that. Jinx is finally here, but they already have Baron buff, and they don't have the wave clear anymore. With Anivia being unable to damage these minions, they can just push straight in. Inhibitor, oh, the tower does go down to the super minion. Gnar is trying to force the fight, but his team is not there, and he doesn't even get the bounce off. So he's going to have to back up. The inhibitor is respawning. That should be a very quick inhibitor for the blue team if they when they decide to push. Soraka is very low, so they might actually back up here. Alright. Guess they'll take their time. And I guess they're just going to all go back. Righteous Glory is finished on Amumu, so that's decent slow. I don't think he realizes that the ultimate does no damage to those things. Malphite has finished Dead Man's Plate. That's pretty big. One of the best items in the game. I think I said that already, but it still is.
Oh yeah, it is good. Oh, Mundo, here we see Mundo getting closed in.
But I don't think it matters. Soraka ults for some reason. I don't think he needed to yet.
I don't think Soraka had to.
Teleporting in right behind them. The traps are placed, but will it matter? Because he's got to walk right up. He's in the middle of 4 people and he's just not dying. Exhaustion
he just doesn't care.
The Anivia wall beautifully blocks them off, but Gnar is by himself with a move. She's with a Mumu, but he's just unable to do any damage. Graves just rips him apart. Zyra drops him out down.
There's the burst we were looking for. There's the people who went down. We knew it was going to happen. We knew it was going to come out.
And Graves just chasing in. Sorrow a little too late.
Oh, it was way too late.
And they're gonna go ahead. The Squishy are gonna walk out very low. They can't defend the towers, but they're gonna try anyways. Malphite ult is actually down. Never mind. I didn't know you. Oh, one. Nope, Malphite's not gonna die. While he did get ignited, he's a bit too far away to get hit by that Nivea Q. So that should be a free inhibitor. It should also get mid as well. Or if they don't just hit him in the game right now. No, they're just gonna go for the mid. They're gonna go for the mid inhibitor. Go for the safe play.
Probably the best play for him to get to that and just bail out. They definitely have this in the bag, though. I can't see this game lasting any longer than just a few more minutes. 26-6. Blue side team has a 15,000 gold advantage on the enemy. Just an astronomical amount.
I love when people actually think that Sunfire Cape's a good item. That's pretty funny.
It's Funfire Cape.
Teleport by Gnar into the middle of the lane. Interesting decision. He's really trying to find a kill here. He gets rooted by the Soraka. And
not sure what his play was there, but that was definitely an interesting one.
He might try to go for a kill on Zyra or Soraka, but he was rather telegraphed. And here comes Malphite to walk just right up in. You're like silver. Yeah, trust me, I'm silver actually. Trust me guys, I'm actually silver. I was boosted to my yellow. They're gonna go ahead and take the dragon here.
Oh, that Malphite ult knocking up two of them, and that's all it takes for them to get engaged.
There's not much to say here. They just get completely demolished
Oh,
by
yes.
the sheer just nuking power of this team. That's gonna be game.
Zyra getting fed off the Amumu and Anivia early was all it took to snowball the team into victory. Mundo and Zyra working very, very well, while bot lane just worked on getting strong themselves.
Nivea. She almost actually dies. Oh, no, she had egg. And they're just gonna go down.
Bot lane and top lane certainly did well and held their own. Meanwhile,